What is up, Aquarius? How are you guys doing? It is time to go ahead and knock out your July 2024 reading. And I'm going to go ahead and hit some situations and scenarios that didn't make it into the first July reading. Most of you may know that I normally call that the bonus reading, but I'm going to be doing that a lot this month, so I'm not going to title them like that. All right. So you know what to do if you would like to schedule a personal reading. Just check in the description of this video. You will find a link that will take you straight to that page on my website. There's all kinds of cool shit in the description, man. I even have some courses. I have a school. I have a couple of how to read tarot courses that, in my opinion, are the easiest to understand, than anything I've ever seen on damn YouTube. But you got to look in the description, man. There's all kinds of cool shit down there. All right, moving on. So I want to start this off with the new person. This is for those of you who just recently connected with somebody new. Let's see the energy between Aquarius and the new person, universe. How's it looking between Aquarius and the new person? Let's see. Well, first of all, you and this person do have karma. You and this person absolutely do have karma. This is, wow, what's going on here? I'm seeing a really big speed bump happening very early on in this connection. This is so weird. Did you all meet somebody and then it started quick and then ended quick and then you're getting back together again? There's some on and off energy here. I don't know if this is something that happened in the past between the two of you, but I'm feeling some on and off energy here. Like, I don't know if you all are getting into an argument and then parting ways temporarily and then reconnecting with this person. I know that probably doesn't make very much sense, but look, Ace of Cups, okay, very heavy emotional start to this connection, and then bam, coming to an end very quickly, and then reconnecting again. There's some on and off energy here, because I do think that this is karmic in nature. I think so. Now, all that means is the two of you have some sort of unfinished business from a past life. That's all that means. But yeah, this does have karma written all over it, though. All over it. Some of you dealing with a Pisces. Yeah, I'm seeing some on and off energy here. Definitely. So there's some kind of vibrational mismatch between the two of you in the beginning. Could be a Leo for some of you. Man, dude. Okay, we got to look at this person's energy, dude. I got to figure out what's going on with them. What is going on with this new person that Aquarius just connected with? What's the deal? What's going on with this person? What are their true feelings and intentions? True feelings and intentions of the new person Aquarius just connected with. See, they don't think you have feelings for them. They can't tell how you feel. I think you might intimidate this person a little bit, to be honest with you. Yeah. You intimidate this person a little bit. They can't really tell how you feel about them. So they're almost wanting to walk away from this just out of intimidation, because you intimidate them. Yeah, okay. Yeah. They do have feelings for you. They absolutely do, but they see you as the Queen of Swords. So it's like, it kind of feels like they're falling for you really, really quickly, but they think you're not falling for them. So before you get the chance to walk away and hurt them, they're going to walk away from you first. But I don't think they have a bunch of other people that they're talking to. I don't think so. I don't think so. I think they may have a lot of insecurities. Usually, in the highest percentage of cases, when somebody's intimidated by you, most of the time, that doesn't have anything to do with anything you're doing. It has to do with their own insecurities, you know? Damn, dude. All right, well, let's get the advice on this situation then. What's the advice? What's the advice for Aquarius? Judgment reversed. So don't be so quick to judge this situation. Don't be so quick to judge what's happening and why it's happening. Damn, this deck's getting an attitude with me. You want to be patient with this person. Be patient with them. Keep communication wide open. Don't end this. Don't end this. You know what? Maybe if you show a little bit of vulnerability first, that might help get the ball rolling in that direction. It might. I'm thinking, I know that a lot of you don't even want to hear that, but I am thinking that that's probably what'll make or break this situation here. I'm not saying let your guard all the way down and barf your heart all over the table, unless you want to. But I'm just up and be a little bit vulnerable. Little bit. Because if you get the ball rolling in the right direction, now again, it's not all on you. It's not all on them. But sometimes, especially those of you who are spiritually awake and energetically aware, a lot that puts responsibility on your shoulders. I don't care who you are. I don't care what your sign is. When you start becoming aware of energy, when you start becoming spiritually attuned, it's like growing up and becoming an adult. You have more responsibility. So sometimes, especially if you're the spiritually awake one, you got to be the change that you want to see. Okay? So, yeah, whether or not one of you can let your guard down first is going to determine whether or not this blooms into something beautiful and successful, or somebody walks away from this. All right. Cool. That was quick. That one came out real quick. All right. Now I want to do something a little bit different. I want to look at the past person, but I want to hit it from a different angle than I normally hit it from. I want to see what the past person's past intentions were. What were the past person's feelings and intentions in the past? Specifically when y'all first got together. Ooh, this person's a codependent. You dealt with a codependent in the past. They could have been right fresh out of a new relationship too. Or fresh out of a relationship period. Yeah, that's kind of what this is feeling like to me. With the 5 of Pentacles, 7 of Cups, it feels to me like they were fresh out of a relationship, just looking for somebody to be with. That is like the epitome of emotional codependency. I'm broken, I'm hurt, I just need somebody to be with me. Somebody, I don't care who. Somebody, just a faceless, nameless somebody needs to come be with me as soon as possible because I'm hurt. I have problems going on in here, and I need somebody to distract me from it. So, we got both codependency cards. I didn't even see the other one. This was a codependent dude. An emotionally immature, emotionally codependent individual who was carrying a lot of baggage into this connection. A whole lot. A whole lot. This person was a mess when y'all first got together. They were a fucking mess. And they were absolutely refusing to look at themselves. They're probably the type of person that likes to blame other people, right? Did your past person, were they busy talking so much shit about their ex and blaming their ex for all their problems, or somebody, whether it was an ex or what? This feels like the type of person that likes to blame everybody else for all their problems. Damn, dog. All right, well, let's see how the past person's feeling about you now. How's the past person currently feeling about Aquarius? How are they currently feeling about you? So they're trying to move on from this. They're not having the easiest time. It's not an easy transition, but they're moving on from this nonetheless. Yeah, they still losing sleep over this. Yep. So they're waiting for you to let your guard down. They feel like you're still holding a grudge. Yeah, they know what they want to say. I think they already have a script, fucking a copy and paste script that they want to send you if you was to show up in their inbox. Yes, they still have feelings for you. So for some of you, this person's trying to manifest reconnecting with you. Yeah, I think so. But they're still blaming you for what went wrong. I don't care what it was that went wrong, they're blaming you for it. Absolutely. Like, even if they cheated on you, you made them cheat on you, right? You ever hear that stupid, ignorant ass shit? Every single day, I scroll Facebook, and at least once a day, I'll see somebody post, what will make a man cheat on a woman? Or what will make a woman cheat on a man? I'm like, they make their fucking self. What are you talking about? The fuck are you talking about? You make you go cheat. What are you talking about? There ain't nobody making you cheat. The fuck? Take some goddamn accountability. All right. Well, let's see if anything's happening here. Any actions being taken? Are they reaching out? I'm only going to get 2 or 3 cards. Nah, they're just busy putting on a show for you. No, they're not taking action. They're putting on a show for you, though, hoping that you're watching. What's the advice? Would it be a good idea for Aquarius to reach out? What's the best advice? Ooh, this person's still a codependent. Yeah. So, I mean, if you want to get hooked back into a codependency attachment, by all means. But, yeah, I don't know, man. This seems like the type of person that'll just reach and grab on to anybody within their reach. A codependent. A codependent doesn't really care who they get with. Not really. Now, if they have a past history with you and they still have an energetic hook in you, you may be a little bit higher on that priority list. But a true codependent, even if they're with you, if they spend too much time a few days away from you, see, a codependent hates themselves. They can't stand being alone with themselves. So if they spend a couple days away from you and it's just eating them alive, being alone with themselves, and they just want to be distracted from themselves so bad, they'll just reach out and grab onto anybody they can, right? And yeah, so I don't know. I would say proceed with caution. Proceed with caution. Because you're dealing with a codependent. Yeah. I personally wouldn't if I was you. I would not. Some of you dealt with an Aries in the past. I don't think I would. There's somebody else's problem now. Or at least they will be. If they're not yet, they will be. All right, let's see what's due to come in next for Aquarius. Who's the next person coming in? Woo! Long-term commitment coming in. Uh-oh, the devil card, though. Yeah, oh, you're going to be tested. You're going to be tested. Can't steer around that shit right there. Yeah. Because it's time for your person to come in. Okay? Not a karmic contract, not a bump contract, not a learning experience. You're person. However, you're going to have to demonstrate that you learned all the lessons that you needed to learn in the past. You're going to have to demonstrate that. So, you're going to be tested. The universe is going to pop open an open door of opportunity that could be any number of things. For some of you, it could be somebody from the past, possibly. Or at least it is going to mirror a situation, a circumstance, a scenario that you've been in the past. Now, people sometimes freak out when you say this. Don't freak out. This isn't fucking rocket science. It's really easy. You know, if you're connecting with somebody who, I don't know, you ask them where they were last night. They said, oh, I was at IHOP. You were at IHOP? I was at IHOP last night. You weren't there. What are you talking about? You know, silly example, but inconsistencies and discrepancies and, you know, you said you were at work last night. I called your boss. Your boss said you wasn't even there. What are you talking about? You know, the little shit like this. Things aren't adding up, sending you mixed signals, hot and cold, on and off, and in and out. And you already know. You dealt with this before. What are you going to do this time? What are you going to do this time? What are you going to do? Or you know what I'm saying? You see them flirting back with somebody in the comment section. You know, they post a selfie. And then you see somebody give it a heart and say sexy. And then they reply with a kissy face emoji. You know what I'm saying? Flirting with people. Come on now. Come on now. Come on now. You've been there. You've done that. You smelled that bullshit before. What are you going to do this time? Now, best case scenario. Best case. You smell the bullshit from a mile away. And you don't even go there. Whoa, no. No. You don't even go there. You bypass that open door of opportunity and completely avoid it. You never even knew you were being tested. And then you run into this person when you least expect it. Worst case scenario, you get sucked right back in and repeat a past cycle. Most people who pass the test, they kind of fall somewhere in the middle, you know. We meet, we connect, we start talking, it feels weird, something feels off, my intuition is picking up on something that's off, you know, I'm kind of up in my head a little bit, overthinking this because something doesn't quite feel right, and after a while, I just determine that, you know what, it just doesn't feel like we vibing, sorry. We ain't vibing. We just ain't. Something feels off. Something doesn't feel right. I don't think this is going to work. And they back away. You still passed the test. You still passed it. Well, okay, I didn't expect that. That kind of threw a monkey wrench in my flow. Okay, well, let's just get some advice. What's the advice for the single Aquarians? What's the advice? What is the advice? Okay, so this is tricky. I don't want to say it like that though, because I said this a couple of signs ago. Don't compare your future to your past, but understand when it's appropriate to reach back in the past and grab some wisdom. I think I was just telling Sagittarius this same advice. And it's really hard for me to word that. I don't like the way I word. I'm trying to figure out an easier way to explain that. Because yes, you want to be able to reach back in the past and grab some wisdom and use it moving forward. But it's really easy to slip into comparing every person you connect with to a past person. Comparing every situation that you're in to a past situation. That's the fine line. That line is fine as a frog's hair split three ways, dude. And that can be tricky. That can be very tricky. You know what? I'm just going to go to my default go-to, okay? So, connecting with a new person. Anytime the universe brings anybody new into your life, after the first month, ask yourself 3 questions. Do I know exactly how this person feels about me? Do I know exactly what this person's intentions are? And do I know for an absolute fact that I can trust them? Those 3 questions. May sound silly, may sound petty, but I'm going to tell you what right now. Every single person you will ever meet who has attracted their actual person does not have to question their partner's loyalty. Doesn't have to question it for a split second. And it's hard to describe what that feels like. When you meet somebody who's genuinely honest with you, well, you know what? Let's go ahead and let's talk about it scientifically for a minute. Let's talk about some science. You know that they have the tools and the technology to measure the human energy field. You know that, right? You know that? I'm sure some of you do, some of you don't. When we say things like energy, frequency, and vibration, that's not just woo-woo. You literally emit an electromagnetic field that can be measured up to 10 feet outside of your body. Yes, you do. And they can measure it. You know one of the things that they've learned? The people who emit the strongest vibrational frequency are the people who are being truly authentic. Being truly authentic. A person who is being 100% authentic has an energy field that radiates 4 times stronger than a person who's not being authentic. And you can tell when you're around somebody who is being 100% authentic, you can feel it. You don't have to sit around and study their every little move. You don't have to, add and subtract. You said this, now are you saying that? You don't have to do all that shit. You can feel it. And I'm telling you, when the universe brings you your actual person, that person is going to be 100% fucking authentic. When they tell you something, you're going to know they're telling you the truth. You can feel it. It's hard to explain how you know. But when you're dealing with somebody who's not being authentic and they have a really weak energetic field, that's when it's like you're kind of scratching your head like, I wonder what they meant by that. Kind of feels like you might be hiding something, kind of feels like you might be leaving something out. Something feels off because they're energetically, they're pulling their frequency in, they're closed off, their frequency's vibrating very weak, and you can't really feel their frequency very well. You see, does this make any sense? Does that make any sense? And be sure that you can form a solid, tight friendship with the person that you're with. That's probably one of the most important things of the top 3. Y'all got to be friends, man. Because I'm going to tell you what right now. That heavy, intense, in the beginning feeling when you first connect with somebody is going to wear off. Even when it's your person. When it wears off, that's usually when most relationships start going downhill. Sometime usually within the first year to year and a half, that starts wearing off. Right? Well, if we never took the time to form a friendship and we were both just enamored and blinded by those in the beginning emotions, by the time those feelings start kind of wearing off a little bit, what are we left with? What are we left with? Nothing. I never formed a friendship with you. You never formed a friendship with me. Every little thing I do gets on your nerves. Every little thing you do gets on my nerves. I don't like your friends. You don't like my friends. My family don't like you. Your family don't like me. And we can't even really fucking stand being around each other. So what the fuck are we doing? Well, it's a little bit too late to ask that question now, because now we're attached. Now we're each other's comfort zone, no matter how toxic it is. Now we can't walk away because we've already invested so much time and energy into this. So that's when a toxic cycle starts spinning around and around and around and around and around, right? Form a friendship. Make sure y'all can be friends. Make sure y'all enjoy hanging out with each other. Make sure y'all can just have a regular, normal ass conversation like best friends can. If you can't, I promise you it's going to start going downhill after the first year, 2 years max. Max. All right? All right, y'all. I feel like those were the messages that my Aquarius friends needed to hear. So I'm going to go ahead and end this video here. Thank you all once again for tuning in and playing along. Don't forget to check down there in the description of this video if you would like to find out how to schedule a personal reading. And I'm out of here now, y'all. Thanks again for tuning in. I'll see you sometime between now and the rest of all eternity.